Okay.
Hello and welcome to the Bearded Respect. Episode number 52. So technically, guys, I think this is a year.
1 year.
1 year of
Yes.
1 year of the Bearded Respect. And we will be right back with you guys after we run this intro. Oh, maybe not. Hello and welcome back to the Bearded Respect. And we have a pretty good show for you tonight. I know it sounds like a lot of you have already tried this company. But as far as we go, that we're pretty new to them, but we're pretty blown away by Feel and Beard at least. And why don't we just go ahead and bring him on?
Yeah.
Hi, how you doing, Nate?
What's up, man? You're on mute.
He's muted.
Sorry
There
about
you
that.
go.
That's okay.
How's it going, guys?
All right. Want to welcome Johnny Ray to the Bearded Respect. And Jason, you want to say hello to some of these fine people in the chat?
Yep. Sean from 8-Bit was first tonight.
What's up, Sean?
Wishing us a great show. And we had Travis.
What's up, Travis?
What's up, Travis?
Becky was early. She was early, but not first.
Happy
She wasn't
Tuesday.
that early.
Becky.
She wasn't Tuesday early.
Yeah. Michael Zarati. Hey, Michael.
What's up, Mike?
Hey, buddy. My...
And yeah, there she fixed it. And yes, Friday Jr. And Damien.
What's up, Damien?
Good to see you, Damien. And there's Vato with the website.
Hello,
so
neighbor.
guys, get in there. Do like I did. I placed my order tonight. And Diablo.
What's up, Diablo?
Hey, Diablo.
Thanks for coming in.
Johnny Ray's is a great company.
Thanks, Diablo.
Guns and Beards. Tim.
Hey.
Good to see you.
Hey, Tim.
Tim, I don't know why, but all of a sudden I'm getting a bunch of things in my IG feed about Texas homes and their prices and things like that. I don't. It's like, see what you can get for 260,000 in Texas. I'm like, okay,
Are you moving to Texas?
no.
Well, that's like
But
Like
I
the
looked at
Wolverine.
once, and now I'm getting like a dozen of them a day
Yep.
now.
that's like Wolverine. Like all of a sudden, I'm getting all these. What was it? Just slipped my mind. Never mind. I talked about it last show. Illuminati.
Oh
I
yeah,
got-
yeah.
I got one of those this week.
I got a ton of them last week, all because of Wolverine.
Yeah, I got one yesterday, I think, and I said something to my wife. Oh, there's another one to block. She goes, the Illuminati. I go, yes. She goes, aren't they a private club kind of a thing? They won't recruit on Instagram. What I said, yeah, scammer. And Chris from True North.
What's up, Chris?
Hi,
How's it
everyone.
going? And we got the unofficial Ken, all
Ken,
the way
what's
from
up?
Hawaii.
Hey, Ken.
Hey, what's up,
And we
buddy?
got Russ.
Russ.
Russ telling everybody to hit that like button.
Yes.
Thanks, Russ.
Hey, there's Barefoot Brains.
Barefoot Brains.
Good to see
Hey,
Awesome.
you.
thanks for coming back.
Awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. Some congrats on our first year.
Yep.
Yeah, thanks.
There's one from Scott, Big Bald and Beautiful.
What's up, Scott?
How's it going, Scott?
Oh, Matley,
Matt.
good to see you.
Pittsburgh guy.
Yeah. MC.
MC, what's up?
Hannah Ginsbach. Oh,
I know
that
her.
must be Mrs. Nate. I could tell by the picture. Hey, there's Gary. Hey, Gary.
What's up, Gary?
Jason
How's it going,
Esser.
G?
Jason, how's it going?
Hey, Jason.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, I did. I didn't even shave last week, so it'd been almost 2 weeks since I shaved. I had to take the trimmer over it first before I shaved. But yeah. Oh, there's Mark Brown. Good to see you, Mark.
What's up, Mark?
I got Jeff Skriniar.
Skriner.
How do you pronounce that, Nate? I'm guessing he's a friend of yours.
We did meet at this craft show that we did back in December. I
Nice.
believe if I have this Skriniar.
Awesome. Thanks for
Okay.
coming in, Jeff.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thanks for stopping by.
And we got Corey Weatherby.
Hey, Corey, what's up?
Hey, Corey.
Nice to see you, Corey.
Howdy, partner.
Oh, and Diablo, yes, this is the Southpaw that I'm wearing. He asked earlier.
Emo, what's up?
Hey, Mo.
Yeah. Detroit Sea Lions.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, Richard.
What's up, Richard?
Did-
I don't know if he was giving us Packer fans a hard time or the guy from Michigan here.
It's related. What's up, Perez? Perez,
Hey,
congrats
Chris.
on your year anniversary.
Yeah.
He had it was a year ago that he donated his kidney.
Yeah, that's
major.
And he got to meet
Yeah.
the person that they had lunch today.
That's
pretty
so cool.
awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Obviously, the kidney must be doing well.
Yeah, lunch probably would have went bad if it wasn't. Like, thanks for all the kidney stones, Chris.
Yeah. There's Alan, I'm assuming. Alan's the one always checking in.
Yeah, what's up, Alan?
Good to see
How you doing?
Alan.
They had a big announcement recently. They're like the head sponsor for a beard competition. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
That one in September?
No, it's something coming up. I think in February, maybe the end of this month.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, they should do the September one too.
It's for Florida, right? That Florida.
Tennessee. It's in Nashville, I believe. or
Oh,
Memphis.
it's in Tennessee.
Yeah, it's close to them, so
Yeah.
that's why they're doing it.
I was thinking it was that Florida Facial Hair
Oh,
Society or whatever that.
yeah.
There's Wolverine.
Okay.
There he is.
Hey.
Okay. And I'm way behind, but I'm trying to make sure I catch everybody. And I think there's Sean back in.
What's up, Sean? Thanks for coming in.
Yeah.
We got a full house tonight.
We got getting quite a bit of other beard owners in here between Gary and Sean and Corey and Alan and Chris
Yeah,
from
that's
True
pretty cool.
North.
Yeah.
Yeah. And looks like I am caught up with everybody I'm not caught up, but I think we said hi to everybody that's
I
in
think
here.
we got everyone. I think
I'm
so.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh. No, we
Lacey.
missed Mrs. Chris. Yeah, Mrs. True North. Missed her. Oh, and
One
there's
moment.
Beard Wiley.
Wiley, what's up?
Hey, Wiley.
Yeah. Yeah, things are going great. And yeah, I'm caught up. I'm sure I missed a lot of the comments, but just trying to read the names so I could get everybody. But yeah, we are current.
Somebody says this guy's a troublemaker.
Oh,
No one with a red beard is a troublemaker. Let me just make that.
nope.
So Nate, let's hear about you.
Man.
Some people have not heard of your company before. I heard about you on the Dan C show.
Yep.
But in your own words, tell us about yourself. What is this Johnny Ray?
So Johnny Ray is actually an inspiration. The namesake is an inspiration from my grandfather. And I've had this beard obviously for a little while. And I kind of got introduced into the beard community actually through Corey at Weatherbeard. Actually, technically at my barber shop who carried his products. And, I got these products in and I had only ever tried. That's a Johnny Ray hat, Diablo. I'd only ever tried like big box store brands like Everyman Jack and just some stuff that wasn't doing, it just wasn't working. And so I just didn't even know what real beard care was. Got introduced to, Corey's products. This was actually before he actually, went different direction in, with his brand, back when he had the beard whip and stuff like that. good old days.
Yeah.
But anyway, so yeah, it was just this kind of this day that I went in, got my hair done, my beard trimmed, got introduced to these products, and it was just kind of like all put together that I had this idea. I was like, I could see myself really getting interested in something like this. I'm kind of the person where it only takes a spark, but as soon as that spark happens and I get it, and I think maybe this is something I could, get interested in, I go dive in deep. And I go and kind of hyperfixate. That's a good word for it. So I hyperfixate on this for 3, 4, 5, 6 months. Do planning, do research. I really like the idea of business as well. Just an entrepreneur. Yeah, kind of troublemaker maybe. But I like the idea of entrepreneurship. It's just something that's always kind of given me the idea that I could bet on myself, that I could have the freedom of, saying I want to go here and not have to put in a schedule request at work, or, kind of ask somebody, hey, do I have enough vacation time? It was my ticket to what I thought was, the freedom. What I didn't realize is that, you're signing up for, you're trading the 40-hour, week for
Right.
the 24/7 week.
Right.
So
Yeah.
no, and I'm still currently employed. I'm not doing this full time quite yet. But it is my first goal, is to, to make this my kind of my ticket, out of that 9-to-5 life. So, but yeah, Corey was, Corey, I actually met him in Toledo at a craft show. And we talked for, I don't know, probably about an hour and a half at this show. We've become really, really great friends. And we've probably talked, I'd say, maybe every day since then. And he's given me a lot of really great advice, as far as like, hey, watch this, don't do this, go here, don't go there, which has been, just really, really helpful to, getting me going and, kind of where we're at here. So, but yeah, so the company kind of just all started in a combination of, one domino fell. I started looking into this, and this was actually before I knew about the beard community. So I didn't actually know, that there was, that many other beard care owners that are, like Sean in Ohio, and, Gary, and, all of the, the other people here. And I don't want to say it was surprising, but it was kind of cool seeing this community, seeing everyone kind of doing their own thing and still being able to, make something of it. I know there's, Dan C just put out a video just recently about, the saturation. And I know that's been talked about. And I think that people are doing their own thing. And at the end of the day, the amount of camaraderie and the amount of help that, us owners have given each other is, it's really an awesome thing to see. It's not this, scarcity where, I'm competing with you, so therefore we don't talk, or we don't share ideas, or, we don't, it's just not like that. And it's a really cool thing. And it's refreshing to be a part of.
Oh yeah, definitely. This community has been amazing. And that's kind of why we started the show, was basically the positivity in the community. Yeah, it's been real great. And it's great that all the company owners can help each other out. It just makes you want to support these great companies even more.
Oh yeah. And that's the fun part too.
Yep.
It's like, I've bought, from I'd almost say maybe every company that's in this, in this chat right now, or nearly all of them, all the ones that I've recognized here. But yeah, and it's a good feeling to support, these people who are supporting you. It's this, cyclical, reciprocity that's,
Mhm.
It's a fun thing to experience. So
Oh yeah, it's amazing, and then just meeting some of these people. That's why it's kind of nice to have guys like you on the show. We get to actually talk and discuss things where we probably wouldn't have otherwise.
yeah, and I think this is actually the first
Yeah.
like stream that I've been a part of. So you guys are the
Awesome.
this is the first time that our company has been able to speak on its behalf outside of just, hey Dan, this is what we're about, and if you want to hit these highlights, here it is. So and he always does a good job, but
Yeah.
this is kind of
yeah.
more personal, so it's pretty cool.
Now, did Johnny Ray open in 2021?
Yes, we opened July 18th of 2021. Technically, we launched on Command's Corner.
Yeah.
Okay. And that was, we just said, that day I just turned the website on and said, we're doing this. So
now, when did the process begin to start Johnny Ray?
That was probably, when I'm trying to think when Corey went to his craft show. That would have been the previous year. I would say June of 2020.
Okay.
That was whenever I went and had that experience in the barbershop. That was right, I think, when we went to the craft show and met Corey, and everything kind of just fell into line. And once I decided that, this is what I'm going to do, like I said, I've got a lot of hyperfixation on, things that, I think that are really, really cool. Like, the blends, fatty acid profiles, and, just stuff like that, where, it's definitely some nerd talk, but that's it's kind of where I'm at with it.
Well,
yeah, thanks, Hannah. I said 2021 thinking that.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I haven't done the switch yet either. I'm literally thinking we're still in 2022. It's going to be that way.
I think I'm still jet lagged from one of the trips I was on.
No, Hannah's right as the per usual there. So.
Well, it's the women who always keep us guys in check anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
That is the truth. I know I wouldn't even have considered doing this well, that's not true. I wouldn't say I wouldn't consider it. It would have been a lot more difficult without her. She's actually a co-owner and does pretty much everything you see with our branding, website design, marketing. She is a powerhouse. Let's just say that. Yeah. So.
Oh, I believe it. And you've got a pretty slick website. Your branding is pretty on point.
Thank you.
It's pretty impressive just out of the gate.
Yeah, and truly that's kind of what we discussed. We were like, okay, well, what do we want to be? And let's not take any intermediate steps. Let's be our goal was to be like, hey, could this bottle be on the shelf at a store? Does it look like it's ready to be there? Now there may be a couple things that we have to change here or there logistically to follow whatever guidelines they may have, or but realistically it's it's pretty close, so we're pretty happy with it.
Cool.
I'm going to find that again, Russ. I'll put it up there. That was the launch date, Russ.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't listen to us.
Not 2021. In fact, then it was probably 2021 that all that other stuff happened, not 2020. Again, I was just one year back. That's what happens when COVID, you're just in the dark for years. I'm like,
right.
What? It was 3 years ago now. Jeez.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
It seems like it was almost yesterday.
Yeah.
Wow.
Nate, by the way, awesome beard.
Hey, thank you. Everyone on this channel has a rockin' beard for sure.
Have you ever done a competition or any interest in that?
I've never considered it. I would like.
Yeah.
I mean, might as well, right? Like, let's go out
Definitely. Yeah.
At the end of the day, though, it's like, yeah, there are so many really great beards out there. It's
They're fun though. They're a lot of fun.
It is.
And you get to meet a lot of great people, and especially as an owner like of a beard company, just being there representing, gets the word out.
That is true. Definitely true. One area that probably hasn't been really touched on too much. And I know my. Sorry, go ahead.
Well, I mean, we went to nationals, right? Nationals in Wyoming, and you would think there'd be a lot of beard oil companies there. There weren't. There was 3, right? There was Hopper Johns, Honest Amish, and Dr. Goodbeard. Is it Goodbeard?
Yeah,
Dr.
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, don't.
And there was Handlebar mustache wax. I mean, so 4 companies.
Okay, and that would make sense. I could see the Handlebar. That's kind of their niche.
Yeah. Well, this year definitely. It was the year of the mustache.
Yeah, it was unreal.
Yeah. But yeah, there's a lot of opportunity there. Definitely.
Okay, here's one for you, Nate, and here we go. We're gonna be getting into it now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, what led me to select my blend? So realistically, it was the fatty acid profile breakdown. That was honestly the most important part to me, that I was able to include different specific fatty acids that were going to do a specific job. And then even a few that I've never seen in beard care, and that do some, unique things. I know our Shimenia oil, that's the one with an X, but it is pronounced Shimenia. That one has what's called shimenic acid, and it's got a couple other ones that are just a little bit harder to pronounce, but they do a couple different things. So at the end of the day, it was, what do these fatty acid profiles ultimately provide in your beard? Obviously, feel in beard came into play, and that's where we decided on a medium viscosity. I just felt like that was what worked best. So my process, actually, I had about 40 different carrier oils that I threw on a spreadsheet, broke them down for their fatty acids, what they do, their cometogenic rating, which is how likely it is to clog your pores, and their viscosity. And going for a medium blend, I took a couple light ones, a couple thick ones, and a few medium ones, and threw them all together, knowing that it's likely going to end up being that medium that I'm looking for. So with that being said, yeah, it was really just saying, hey, what is this oil? What is it going to do in beard? And does it meet some of these other criteria? I found these to be ones that were unique. There are a couple that obviously are in other blends. Like I've seen broccoli seed oil, meadow foam, obviously, cucumber, and I've even seen cacao oil actually in another blend. So I think I have about 3 or 4 that I do believe that I've kind of brought into beard care, thinking, hey, let's try these out. Let's see what they can provide. Because at the end of the day, in my opinion, if we know what argan oil is going to do, we know what jojoba is going to do, we know what some of these oils that are, obviously they're tried and true because they've worked and they continue to work for people. But let's see what's out there. Let's see what this community doesn't have, and let's try to provide that, and give other options for beard care here.
Oh yeah, definitely. And Michael Zarate asked if it was a whipped style butter. I would say no, but it's a light poured butter.
Correct. Yeah, just light poured. Yep.
Yeah, but very moisturizing. And I actually do have presentation kind of here on your products.
Oh, cool.
Why don't I add that up since we've already been talking about the carriers?
Yeah, of course. And if anyone has any like specific questions about any of the oils, just I'm open to answering as well.
Okay, and here's your grandfather who you were talking about. The company is basically named after.
Yep. That's my grandfather on the left and my grandma on the right. Johnny and Margaret.
Cool. And I believe this is the carrier blend we were discussing.
That is.
I don't know if I want to get into some of the names.
Yeah, I mean, I'll go down the list if you guys want. I know it's
sure.
It's I enjoy hearing the guesses. It's fun, but I'll put it to rest here now. So the first one is Mongongo, broccoli seed, Shiminia, Ungarahui, meadow foam, cucumber, Kakai, and Perilla is my best shot at it.
Sounds pretty good to me.
And Gary is correct. Mongongo is it's really cool. That one looks like a really pulpy orange juice, just separate. It's really cool. So yeah, it's one of, and it smells really, really nice. That one, the cucumber seeds smell really, really nice. I really, just separate, really, really good smells.
And here's a note from Mike Zarate. He's really digging the logo, and it's simple but classy and very professional. Yes,
thank
definitely.
You. That is a Hannah. I'll pass that right on along to her because that was her. Yeah, that is her market for sure, not mine. I'm trying to learn. I will say it's fun trying to learn new things. But I know that it goes through the Hannah test first. If I do something, I'm like, does this look good? This looks good. Okay, we're running this one. Sounds good.
And you get these for $19.99 for a 1 ounce oil.
Correct.
And then we have a beard balm, which would you consider that a stronger hold? I know
Yes.
It's kind of a harder balm, but I think it breaks down fairly easy.
Yeah. I think it breaks down decently well. Pretty easy. No, like I don't think you could use a pick with it, but I think you could use the back of your thumbnail to it. I think that would be suffice. But I will say, like with our mustache wax, that pick is almost necessary because it is so firm.
Yeah, I can
attest.
Yeah, I tried it the other day. I was like, I'm glad I got it with the pick. I would recommend if you get the mustache wax to get the pick.
Yeah, that pick is definitely. If not, you probably want to heat it. You're probably going to want to use, and that's just, no one wants to have to do all that. But yeah, it's sorry, the balm. It's I would say it's medium firm. Yeah, it's like firm, medium firm to firm. Just below the mustache wax because that is extra firm.
Yeah.
So Russ.
Yeah.
Okay, I see that with gray. Always looking for castor. Yeah, so castor, I actually really like castor too, with being a red. But one of the ones that we would say, I guess, would be more of a coating oil. I believe is our broccoli seed, and one other acts as a coating oil. Let me find it here. Let's see. So yeah, I know our broccoli seed is, and I'll have to get back with you on that. There's one other one in the blend, and I'll find out what that is. But yeah, it's I know, right? It does. It's like, that's a word. It is. Trust me, it is. I promise. Oh, okay. Sorry, it's the mongongo. Yeah. Yes. The mongongo polysaturated fatty acids form a waterproof seal around your strands, sealing in the natural moisture, acting as a humectant. So yeah, that would be the broccoli seed, mongongo. Those are going to be the two that are going to give you that castor kind of coating sitting on the beard, give you that protection.
Cool.
But yeah, it is with the red beard, I run into pretty much the same issue. So it's yeah.
And guys, this does have a real nice feeling beard, so you don't have to worry about that. And the balm is basically your carrier blend with, I believe, shea butter, beeswax added.
Yep, correct. That is correct. Yep.
And your butter is pretty much the same without the beeswax.
Exactly.
It's a pretty, I guess it'd be a light to a medium butter, but it's very moisturizing. Feels very good in the beard.
Yeah, the one thing that we've gotten is that it doesn't leave a heavy feeling. So you apply it, and it's like immediately, like you don't have that like kind of that pull down. So yeah, that's the one thing we've gotten.
Yeah, I know. I didn't. Sometimes I'll put in oil before bed before I put in butter, but last night just put in the butter, and it felt pretty amazing.
Yeah, I hesitate to say just because I know there's some like orders that people like to follow with their beard care, but back whenever I didn't use oil at first when I first got into beard care, I actually just used the whip butter that Weatherbeard put out, and I really liked it. I do think that our butter is light enough that you could probably get away without adding extra oil, especially if you've already put oil in that day. So
yeah, I've toyed with just using butter at times. But then some days I just get like the itch on the chin, and it's like, oh, I need some.
yeah.
And then once again, these products are the same price point pretty much across. It's $19.99 for a 2 ounce. Just checking. I put it over here for some reason. Here's the mustache wax and a picture of the pick, and you get that for $13.99 for a 1 ounce, which,
Correct.
Believe me, I think that'll go quite a long way.
Yeah, it should. It definitely should. And the reviews that I've gotten from people that were testing it for me, and I believe Bob was one of the people who said it's borderline like competition hold. Like he said he's like, people could technically use it. I think theirs was probably a little bit stronger. But he said he's like, it's good enough for a daily, a daily hold, but he's like, it's like borderline, like getting into that competition level. So I thought that was good to know that it was, working as it was as expected, but yeah, not tacky, very, very firm.
Yeah. And that's pretty impressive since he pretty much has used everything on the market.
Yeah, and and it was surprising because I sent in my formulation phase, I sent him 4 different 4 different recipes that I had come up with, and I honestly wasn't expecting this one to win. I honestly was expecting a different one just based on kind of what I had seen in the across the board with other formulations, and but this was the one that actually won across the board with the people who tested it. So I was pretty surprised. I don't use the mustache wax as much. I'm more just heated brush and and go. But I have occasionally kind of dabbled with it. I still need to figure out not pulling out my actual mustache, because that's the part that I'm like, and it's with any wax that I've used. I'm like, why do I have 2 or 3? I'm like, I feel like if I do this too much, I'm gonna eventually have no mustache.
It's normal.
Yep.
Okay, normal.
Yep.
Mark.
Yeah, but I get it, because like you have that small amount of hair there, right? Like you want everyone to stay, but yeah, it's totally normal. Like, I mean, you got like 400 hairs there, so.
So our top selling fragrance is it's Clarity. Clarity has been our go-to. It's the eucalyptus, mint, and fresh aloe, and that's been our best seller. Now, when we went to our craft show in December, it was Embark and Genesis and Nirvana, more of the woodsy, more of the cherry tobacco, and then Nirvana was the apple, jade apple and eucalyptus. So but it was strange how that worked, like how we get to this show expecting this might be our go-to, and then actually everything else was. So it was cool to see, though, because you in your mind you're thinking, oh well, this one's the clear winner, and then you've got one that didn't do well on the website, wasn't doing as well, and then it just completely sold at these shows. So my personal favorite, it's really tough because it's so hard. I saw someone wrote a comment. It's like picking between kids, and I'm glad I only have one kid, so it's I got to pick. But I would say probably Embark. It really is probably Embark. I just like it's not an overpowering woodsy. It's not like every wood scent that's like out that not every wood scent, but a lot of the wood scents that are just straight woodsy. This one has like a almost like a cologne woodsy scent to it, or like woodsiness to it, where it's a little bit smoother, and I think the cypress is pretty mellowing in that too. Yeah, and you can use our beard oil as a wax remover. That will loosen it up. You can wash it right out then.
Cool. Okay. Well, we've already been discussing some of these scents, but
yeah.
Here we've got 1947 espresso, hazelnut, warm oatmeal cookies and cream. Was there a certain reason you picked 1947 for the name on that?
Yeah, actually, so that fragrance is that name, the number is when my grandfather was born. Excuse me. And the scent profile, his house has always smelled like coffee. Coffee that's the place that I tried tried coffee for the first time, as a kid, loaded with sugar and creamer, and it's not really coffee anymore. It's just what it is. But so it always had this like coffee smell, and so I thought this would be a really great name, tie it to this fragrance, that we were going with. It's not overpowering like coffee. It's espresso. And then it's really sweet. I will say that it is very sweet. So if you're not a sweet scent person, it might not be for you. Yeah, Hannah likes. Yeah, London Fog is that's a tough one too, because that one that was the first one we kind of created too. So there's like, you know, this was like our first, you know, first fragrance, and it was like the first winner, at least. We had a couple sessions where, you know, we threw some stuff together, and I was just like, this isn't it. So
I got those two tonight. I ordered those two.
okay.
Oh,
Into
wow.
into 1947, and I think Embark was my fourth one I picked.
Cool.
So,
Yeah,
yeah.
Embark is let's just say by usage, I've used more Embark than any of it. So I guess that, and then I really like Genesis too, because Genesis, I guess going right into it, it's a deeper, like a darker scent, and that one's the cherry tobacco, the sandalwood. What's really, I would say, more unique about this one is the misty rain and the calming florals. It kind of gives it this like, I don't know why, like fogginess comes to my mind. Like, I don't know why, but that's what that's what happens.
Yeah, that's the one I got, but I don't get a lot of the cherry tobacco in it.
Okay.
I get a whole lot of all the other scents.
Really? Okay.
And maybe some cherry tobacco in the background.
Okay.
And I thought that was strange because cherry tobacco is listed first.
Yeah, and if I'm not mistaken, let me check here, but I was pretty sure that one was what's mostly in it too.
Oh, it may be, and maybe I just got an off bottle or something. But I really like it otherwise. I was trying to go for something different, and I got something different.
Got it.
Because I was looking at your leather one, and that's I typically go towards those kind of leather. There's some coffee in there, stuff.
Yeah.
But I was like, she's like, you always get the same things. So I was. It literally took me like 3 days to decide what I wanted to order.
Yeah. So to me, I was not a fan of leather. Like the few leather scents that I had smelled, I just wasn't like, it didn't do it for me. And this one I really, really like. This one is actually, it is one of my top scents that I would wear, especially by usage for sure. It's like what do I want to say? It's like it's not an overpowering leather, and it's not like a shoe store leather or like a car leather. It's like an in between those two, somewhere that's not either of those two. And the citrus and the coffee and I believe there's oud in that one as well. That one balances it very, very well. So that one's, yeah, it's not like a, in your face leather. It's leather's there. You'll notice it for sure, but it's not like, that's the main hold right there. Thanks, Gary. Enjoy your evening.
Thanks for coming in, Gary.
Yeah.
And I think I screwed up for Nirvana here. Oh yeah. Yeah, too much cutting and pasting. Let me make sure I get that correct here.
Oh wait, I take that back. I did not get the that other one. I got the Vice. Vice was my fourth one. So I got Stone's Trace, Vice, 1947, and
Native?
No, not in the oil. I got Native in butter and balm. Shit, Vice. I got 4 anyhow. I don't remember which ones now.
You got
I got
You got Embark, 1947, Vice, and Stone's Trace.
Oh, I did get the embark. Okay.
And this Nirvana is jade, crisp apple, and eucalyptus.
Yeah. No hazelnut warm.
No. I knew I screwed that up right away.
No, it's all right. I just noticed that. I was like, nope, that one.
Yeah.
That one's very, very fresh. Like a very fresh apple. The jade. I didn't even know what jade was until I obviously like the jade, like the rock, but I didn't.
Right.
There's a plant. So yeah, it's a jade plant, and that's where this comes from. Because I was like, how do you smell like a rock? So no, not that.
And Shaka's sea breeze, sandy beaches, and tropical fruits, which actually does sound pretty nice as well.
Yeah, that one is it's very unique. It's not like a fruit forward. You really get the sea breeze and the sandy beaches. I don't know how else to describe it, but it feels like you're right on like a tropical beach. Not like the lake. We're not talking about the lake. We're talking about like the water you can see to the bottom, like the tropical. So.
And I've seen a lot of comments. A lot of people seem to gravitate towards Vice.
Yes.
Which,
in fact, that one we were originally considering the name Shisha, which it's, if you're familiar, it's basically just flavored tobacco. I think a lot of Middle Eastern folks smoke a hookah, and it's just flavored tobacco. Which this was something that reminded me of what that shisha was. It was just like super raspberry, super lemonade, and that hint of vanilla tobacco just kind of like evens it out. At first it was when we first came to this one, it was overpowering raspberry lemonade. And I actually made the call. I was like, we need to bump this vanilla tobacco up in it because it was just almost too much of that like citrus, and that vanilla tobacco really balanced this one. So yeah, it's one of our more popular ones too.
Now, what is yuzu? What's that?
The best I could give you is it's a citrus fruit.
Okay.
As far as like the exact kind, I couldn't go to Kroger and be like, hey, I need 3 yuzu. They would look at me and be like, that's not it, buddy.
In Pittsburgh, yuzu is U2. Right, Jason?
Yeah.
Like yins.
Yeah.
They have that in southern Indiana too. That's where I was.
Oh yeah,
I was from. Yeah, any real part of the south, like southern Ohio, southern Indiana, maybe not southern Michigan. I don't know. I'm in southern Michigan, so.
Yeah, Ellie says it's a Japanese citrus.
Okay, that's probably why.
Yeah, that sounds about right. But these are pretty complex scents, especially for a company just starting out.
Yeah, absolutely.
But what I have is pretty amazing, I think.
Yeah, the fragrance blending, definitely Hannah's nose is. Women's noses are just much more complex. So like having that like that aspect, it's again, it's just like the marketing. You can't. I mean, you could probably pay for someone to smell your oils. So that's not too bad.
I'll put something on and I'll ask Becky, what's this smell like to you?
I think most of our wives can decide if we like the smell or not.
Yep. It'll be we're not doing that one again. It's like,
right.
Spend $20. What do you mean? Come on.
Yeah, but I put the Genesis in, and right away she's like, "Oh, that's nice."
Oh, good.
So it is Ms. BREWCITY approved.
Good stuff. And our unscented is technically just like I said, no fragrance added. It does have like kind of a sweeter. I actually did have somebody pick out the cucumber seed oil.
Wow.
And it was a guy. He had a little bit in his hand. He smelled it. He's like, that's cucumber. I was like, that is correct. That is cucumber seed oil in there. But yeah, it's got like a sweet's probably the sweet and subtle. It's very subtle. It's not like overpowering. If you added like if you did like a scented oil and an unscented butter, it's not gonna change the dynamic of that fragrance too much. So
yeah. Well, and you get a lot of unscented products, and they're almost like nutty. So
yeah.
So
Yep.
that's probably a lot nicer than a nutty smell.
Yeah. Very. We do have the Kakai, which is a nut, but it's not. Again, it's not overpowering. The Mungongo, that one smells really good. The Ungarahui, individually, that one is like, that one is it's like a deep green smell. It's not bad, but it's like, it definitely changes. It basically, it's almost like the equalizer for all the other oils. So
Yeah, that one sounds like an interesting carrier.
yeah, that one. No, so we don't have any cologne type scents. Quite. I would say our Embark, that has a hint of like some cologne aspect to it. And Genesis, would you say it has I don't want to say cologne like a traditional
Yeah, I'd say
but
it's kind of cologne-ish.
similar. Yes, somewhat. Yeah, and some, I don't know, Hannah, you're on here still. Would you say the London Fog, that one is like a somewhat somewhat cologne type, but to just to I guess change gears here, change directions. We are actually working on a cologne fragrance line, so that's something that we recognize was a demand in this community and just in general. I think having having all of these fragrances is really cool. It's really nice. It's really cool to wear these, but I think like some guys just don't want to have, certain fragrances like in their beard, and they're just like, I just want cologne and I just want to be simple. But yeah, so we are actually coming with a cologne line, and a spray cologne to go with that to match it. So we'll have the oil, butter, balm, basically all of our products in the cologne fragrance, and then also a spray cologne to match it. So,
well, that's cool, and it seems like a lot of beard companies are kind of trending that way recently.
Yep.
And with that, you can even hit people who don't have beards.
Exactly. Yep, that's exactly correct. So Russ, you said something about the candles. So we do have some plans for a shampoo and a conditioner bar, like head hair. We're still testing some things out with that. So that's still kind of in the R&D stages. A lot of cool things that are we're hoping to be able to come to the market with this year. One of those being the shampoo conditioner bars. We did just launch the solid wash bar. That one has gotten it's gotten really great feedback. Really like that one. That one was I really liked being able to add all of my fragrances to it, and it's good for travel. Really good for travel.
And it's good for daily.
Yes, yeah, you can use that one every day.
And your regular bar soaps all your soaps have the activated charcoal, right?
Correct. Yeah, all of the soaps, the beard and body soaps, are goat's milk with activated charcoal, and those are soaps. You want to use those once a week, once every 2 weeks, whatever you're good with there. Yep. But the wash bar has a 5.5 pH, so you should be good to use that every single day. I used it for like 4 weeks straight every single day in my testing. So
wow.
Yeah, it was just one of those. I have to know how long this, how long this product is going to last, what it's going to do for me. And I figured, you know what? Let's just use it every single day. Let's see, let's test things. And I did that with the soap too, prior to understanding. This is a while back, prior to understanding that you don't want to do that. And I got like day one, it was cool. Day two, I was fine. Day three, I was like, it's a little weird. 4 or 5 or 6, I was like, something's up. Something's like really wrong. I need to stop doing this. So yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, just personal experience. I have both the bar soap and then the daily wash, and I use the bar soap, and I'm not used to using stripping soaps on my beard. Like I hardly ever. So when I first used it, I was like, whoa, this is like, wow, I'm not going to use this every day.
No.
I mean, it works great, but I was just like, such a big difference between that and a daily. I mean, there's such a huge difference.
Oh yeah, and it's definitely true.
I remember the first time I stripped my beard, I was like, I must have had, I don't say I overuse product, but I have daily washed my beard. But the first time I ever stripped my beard, I was like, it felt so much lighter. Like I must have had a build up product.
Right.
But I mean, it does feel different. When you wash with a daily wash, it still feels soft when you rinse it. Where a stripper, it doesn't feel soft. You can tell it is stripped.
Yes.
But yeah, that first time I was like, man, it just felt so light. It was weird. But yeah. Now, not to bring up other companies, but is your daily wash bar similar to? It is different. It's completely different. Okay.
He already knows what you're asking.
So I take it you have tried the other companies?
I haven't. No, and you know what? It's crazy because like I've only heard phenomenal, like top of the line reviews, and I just haven't literally clicked the buttons and bought one. I'm going to at some point because I do want to try it. I've heard, just like I said, great things. But no, it is a completely different process to from start to finish than what they're doing. So but and you know what? At the end of the day, if you go back to the ingredients list, it's all basically a synthetic detergent type of ingredient, which is what you need to do a daily gentle wash. Like it's essentially the difference between this and a bar of soap is that soap has lye in it. Lye is going to give you that stripping effect. That's going to literally clean your beard, where this other, this wash bar is just going to be more of a pH balanced, gentle, high lathering, so you can actually feel the clean happen. And then obviously if you guys have tried it, you can attest, once you're rinsed out, it's, like, okay, it's clean. But it's not stripped. So.
Russ, to answer your question, it was a bar soap from a company that is no longer around. I think it was called Obsidian. It was an activated charcoal soap, and it was whiskey and hardtack. It was one of Holly's soaps. That was the first time I ever used a stripping soap, and it was strange. It really, yeah.
I think that one's strange. You should use a Luxus.
Yeah.
That was
pine tar.
That was my first one. Becky will tell you she probably smelled smoke for days after just having it open.
But yeah, our soap, we actually have our soaps made by a professional. We don't do those ones in house. It's like, I think it's the only thing we don't do in house. We just knew that having somebody who's done this for 10, 15 years, I think they're actually 15 years that it was going to be a good product. We had tried a couple of their samples, really liked this, and we were still able to work with them to have them add our fragrance. So it was pretty cool to where it was still able to kind of incorporate that that cohesiveness across the products. And that's kind of one of our goals too, is to if we can offer a product, we're trying to be able to offer it in all of the fragrances that we offer. That's our that is something that we're trying to be able to do. Now it does get difficult because at the end of the day, if you have a couple fragrances that don't sell as well, and you're like, well, you have to kind of start making decisions on, do I want to stock, this fragrance that doesn't sell well as an oil? Why is it going to sell well here or there? So, but so far we haven't quite gotten to that point to where we know, hey, these are our ones, because every time when we do our inventory, for the most part, outside of like Clarity, London Fog was a pretty hot seller too for a while. But those other ones were very similar. Like they would all sell very similarly. None really took the lead and none really fell back behind. So we're like, we'll give it a year and a half, 2 years and see where that goes. And who knows, maybe we'll get rid of some and, come up with new ones. But it's not in any kind of immediate plan. So.
Yeah. And it's pretty cool that you can offer them in all those fragrances.
Yeah. Just trying to find something for everyone. Cause it's so crazy, people, I'm going to smell something and be like, this is really awesome. And someone else is like, no. And I'm just like, I don't know you. We're not friends.
Yeah.
You go away. No. But yeah, just being able to find something, 1 or 2 fragrances for everyone. And then, just offering the unscented, because that's, anyone can use that one. So.
Yeah, definitely. And I actually had gotten everything in one scent, and then I got the Gentle Wash bar in the London Fog, and I actually really did like that scent.
Yeah, that one is a good one. I really do like the London Fog. It's the evening time scent, for sure, if I had to pick one.
Yeah. And this sample kit is pretty nice. You get all your scents. And what size are those again?
Those are 5 milliliter. So you're getting 50 milliliters for the $39.99.
Yeah, it's a pretty good deal, and it gives you a chance to try out all the scents.
Yeah, that's probably the best way to go for sure.
Yeah, well, because I sat there confused on which scent to go with, because they really all sound good.
Yeah, and you know what I've really found is really cool too. When you buy a beard oil and you read the fragrance and then you get it and then you smell it, it's like that connection that you're making from what you thought it was to what it is. That's a fun experience. Like you get to like see what another another company, their kind of like twist on things. And yeah, it's I think that's always fun. But then your pocket's like, a company's coming out with this, company's coming out with that, and you're like, well, okay, we're gonna buy it all.
And then he has combo deals with the Bearded Duo for oil and either a butter or a balm for $37.99. Then the trio, where you get the oil, the butter, and the balm. And I believe you can choose different scents in all three if you wanted.
I don't believe so. I think it is it is across the board.
I thought it had a drop down. Maybe I'm thinking of something else.
That's all right.
And then you've got a beard bundle with an oil, a butter, a balm, and the beard and body soap as well.
Yep.
Which is a pretty good deal.
Yeah, that's definitely a decent deal for that one. We do have some ideas to changing our bundle system up a little bit, just to give some more flexibility. So that's something in the works to where you may actually end up being able to mix and match. Let's say you don't want a balm, and a balm comes in every one past a certain iteration, but you want 4 products or you want 5 products. We're looking at a few different options to try and give a little bit more flexibility, but isn't so difficult. Like, doing the math, you're like 15%, 10%, 8%, whatever it is. So.
And I do have to say thank you for having a balm.
I was advised that balms might not be super popular within a specific sector of communities, but that a lot of people outside of that do in fact use them. So,
yeah, I'm old school. Like, I started with a balm and oil, like before butters were out. Like I used oil and balm for years, and I still like the balm. I like the hold it has. That's just me though, and I know a lot of people don't. I know a lot of people prefer the butter. I use all 3, so
yeah. And honestly, the balm, like I've always been a fan of the balm. Like I don't use it personally. Like I will occasionally, but I like that it has its place. Like I think that it does. Not everybody wants to use heat on their beard. Like that's I mean, like it's a that is one thing. And some people just want that very firm kind of
right.
Sculpted look. So.
Yeah, definitely. I know since I've been talking with Mike on a regular basis, I've found myself using more balms again.
Yeah, and it was this guy over here that turned me on to balms too.
I'm a balm influencer.
Yeah.
On Instagram.
Yeah,
That's funny.
Okay, we have a comment here.
Yeah.
Finds he's using balms more because he wears a mask a lot, and the balm helps him maintain a decent style. Yeah, I definitely could see that.
Yep, definitely.
Yeah,
and wind, like that's the other thing. You can't outwit the wind with the heated brush. So
no,
it's not gonna happen.
That's that guy too.
He's got a lot of wind by him.
Yeah. They say Chicago's a windy city. I don't know.
Oh no,
but I think Cheyenne, Wyoming is.
Oh yeah.
When me and Jason were over by his house the first day, we took a picture, and all 3 beards were blowing in the wind.
Or did you post that picture?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay, yeah. I was just saying, I'm pretty sure I saw that one. Yeah.
I was like, yeah, it's windy.
Yep.
And then the next day, it was like calm as can be.
Cherish those calm days.
You got much snow over there?
We got a couple inches right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yesterday it snowed a couple inches and it's stuck, but it'll probably melt by the end of the weekend.
Yeah, we don't have much of anything left.
It rained here today. We got mud.
No
snow, just mud.
Yeah, that's the worst, especially on the East Coast, like because you see all the sand on the road, the dirt, the grime when the snow melts until springtime.
That brown black slush.
Yeah.
No snow, but waves nearing 40 foot.
That's cool.
I don't think he sees much snow down by him in Hawaii.
So what are some things you like to do when you're not making beard products? What you're a young family and
Yeah, so right now, it's just a really exciting time in life. I've got a 2-year-old. He just turned 2 last August, and just kind of really hanging out with him. Um, and yeah, just really doing a lot of stuff with him has been life. Outside of like regular work, like the 9 to 5. I do work for Apple. I do tech support for them. Yeah, so that's where the nerd stuff. Yeah, the nerd at heart, it comes out.
Yeah, this guy is a Samsung guy.
Okay, that's okay. I mean, you
But
have to have.
You guys are Apple.
Okay. So you like to talk to each other, and then you don't like to group text with him.
Right, exactly.
Or we use a certain emoji, and he's like, "That's an Apple thing, isn't it?"
yeah.
It's so limited what we can do.
Right. No, I think I think if I didn't have an Apple, I would have a Samsung. So it's like,
Yeah,
I have to think like in the terms of like, but I've been an Apple guy since like 2007, so it's not really like this, like, and I've only worked for them since 2017, so I was doing 10 years of a free evangelism for them, prior.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
But no, it's I outside of work, it's really, I really have just been enjoying hanging out with family, and then actually just doing the things that are required in this business. I'm consistently, droids still technically exist. Outside of that, just I enjoyed, coming up with the next thing, like in the past, couple months, we've really been focused on, finishing the year, and then what are we doing for this next year? What are we, are we coming out with any new fragrances? Are we going to come out with any new products? Are we, changing anything here? Are we changing anything there? And, just kind of that, to me, that's fun. That's kind of like, it gives me a I don't know. It's almost like a creative outlet. So
yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty amazing that you guys straight out of the gate are offering as much as you are.
Yeah, and so I've done, like, I had worked in a lot of with a small business in the past. So like I'd helped him build his small business, and it was a Verizon store. So it was like just a small retailer. It was the owner of the store, one other guy, and me. And it was like this, almost the smallest business you can be. You know what I mean? It's like the guy that owns the place and then 2 other dudes. And so, doing that, and, it really kind of showed me, what you need to be successful. And it's not just having a lot of things, it's having a lot of good things. You can't, anyone can just go onto, Alibaba and buy a bunch of stuff. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like and that's what it is. It's, it's just a bunch of stuff. But having a purpose for, each product that I come out with, I think it's definitely made sense. But yeah, our goal was to really come to the show like looking like, hey, these guys already have been doing it for 5 years, was the goal. And that's just, you always want to do, really well. But kind of providing that like sense of, hey, we're not just here to sell you guys a few beard oils and then we'll see you later. We won't be here next year. So.
Yeah. And in recent times, you've seen a lot of companies that are dropping off.
Yeah.
Be it for whatever reason, but it's good to see a company who looks like they know what they're doing, They got products they can stand behind.
Yes. Yeah.
Good
And
quality.
at the end of the day, if you have a good product, and you can, and you can stand behind that product, really, there's nothing you don't. It's like it will sell itself. People need beard care. If it's a good product, it will sell. So.
Yeah, definitely. And there were, even before we even started the stream, there were a bunch of raving fans already in the chats.
Oh yeah.
That's a good sign that you're headed in the right direction.
Yeah, definitely. And honestly, I really, really super appreciate you guys having me on too, because it's, like I said, this is the first kind of stream that I've done. First real chance to talk about my company. So, I do appreciate it.
Yeah, and we also do tend to gravitate towards some of the newer companies, I guess, to help them get a name out there.
Cool.
But ever since I heard your company, I was wanting to try some, and then just recently got to try some.
Jason.
Yes, thanks, Jason. And
I took care of you two guys before I took care of myself.
But it's been great having you on. It really has.
Awesome.
I don't know if anyone in the chat has any other questions.
Yeah, I was just actually scrolling through to see if there was any.
Tyson's having some trouble typing.
Yeah, I need to try Johnny Ray, and then Johnny Ray sorry, and then
they misspelled. He's got those big fingers.
Any plans on getting some merch on your website?
Yes, actually, that is also in the works this year. Literally, part of this year was expanding our product catalog. I knew, like I said, we wanted to have oil, butter, balm, and we really wanted to launch with a mustache wax. And we probably could have, but I second guessed myself on the formulation. Yeah. The very first one that I put together was the one that we ended up going with across the board with I think there was like 4 other ones. And I was ready for it, but because I truly didn't know how to use a mustache wax well enough, that I was like, this can't be what people are trying to do. Like, you know what I mean? Like, right. I'm like doing it. I'm like, this can't be it. Like, yeah. And then I was like, and I didn't even send it in the original testers of some of my other products. Cause I was just like, we're going to go back to the drawing board on this. So we're going to hold off on it. And it was fine. It's one of those things where I'm not going to release a product unless I know that it's exactly what I want it to be. So,
yeah. Oh, and I know me and Mike recently learned from Bob the right way to do the mustache.
Oh yeah,
like apply to the center and go out.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and how much to use, and
yeah,
we're like, oh, we weren't using enough.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The reason I ask about the merch is because I'm a hat guy. I always buy hats from different companies. So
yeah, sorry, I completely got off track there a little bit.
That's all right.
Yeah, no, our merch is in 2023. It's going to happen. In fact, more than likely sooner than later. Probably more early 2023.
Cool.
Our goal, like I said, is to have as many products that people would actually want to buy. Obviously merch is going to be one of them. What do you guys think about, are you guys more of like the classic style merch where it's, shirts, hats, or do you see like people being interested in, let's say like a nicer polo with like a brand, like a branded polo, or maybe a combination of having both. So that way it's, some people are, straight at blue collar. We don't want to get, we don't want to get fancy. Yeah. And then some people are just like, hey, we want to, dress up and, have some, some nicer clothes as well. But I figured I'd ask you guys, what do you guys think?
I think both personally. I tend to wear polos for like work So I tend to trend that way at times, but
Okay.
I also
you can't name any, like, I can't name any companies that sell polos.
right.
That too. That was
Yeah.
what I was also thinking.
Yeah.
I was like, there aren't many people that are hitting that, like,
Yeah.
and it's not going to be cheap because you're going to pay. It's
Right.
going to be a really nice shirt.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like if you were going to the store, it's going to be this anyway. You know what I mean? So you get it.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
But yeah, just some ideas that we've been, been throwing around. Mark, question about the YouTube channel. Yes, in fact, I actually reached out to one of my friends in one of my networking groups, who's an expert at like content creation, short form content is his big deal. But obviously we've got Dan C. He could probably lend a few tips on content creation, YouTube stuff. But yeah, our goal at some point is to start recording more content. And it may be in the form of lives, but we're not 100% sure on the exact format style that we're going to go.
Well, I would say you're pretty good at talking about your product, so I think you would do fine with lives.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I know a lot of people we get on here, they're like, I don't know, they're just more terrified and nervous from going on. But I'm like, after you do one, you truly might come addicted to it.
Yeah, honestly, I thought I was going to be a little bit more nervous about, this or that. And maybe I've rambled here or there, but for the most part, it's been a pretty casual, comfortable conversation.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
And
yeah,
I'm surprised I didn't get hit with it tonight. I usually get hit with, Jason, you're not talking. Well, the show's about the guest. The guest is doing the talking, so I listen.
And I don't know if you caught it, but Tyson said if you need any help, you can hit him up.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Tyson. I know you guys are doing some really great things, so that means a lot. So thank you.
And speaking of help, Vado noticed this, and I've been wondering this too. The sign behind you. It always says help.
Yeah, it's a subliminal message.
Yeah.
Blink twice if we're okay. No, it's actually just a little thing that says help. I need somebody help, not just anybody.
Okay. Gotcha.
Just a little Beatles to temper things here.
It's kind of funny,
right?
Especially since he called 911.
Yeah, Richard, you would be surprised, or maybe not, with just how this community is, but yeah, we're at any given point, like if in fact, right now, I've actually in the past month or 2 months, I've been like actively kind of helping another beard care startup company. He's out of Canada, and I've been giving him some advice and things that have been passed down to me. I'm like, why would I not help this guy?
Awesome.
It's just it's just good. It's good feelings, good vibes. So
yeah, and even just having a stream, I've talked to a lot of beard company owners who've given me little tips because I have dabbled on my own oils, and they've pointed me in the right direction on some stuff.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and that was part of the like 5 or 6 months of education time, just hanging out. It was just knowing that I had an idea that I wanted to reach and spending maybe a little bit too much time. Like I probably could have cut it back a little, but I nerded out for a little while and I was enjoying it. So I was like, well, it could be this or it could be that, or one of my ideas was to come out with 3 blends, light, medium, and a thick. And Dan was like, don't do that. He's like, don't do that. He's like, way too much. You're doing way too much. He's like, land on a blend that you like and run with it. He's like, every other successful.
I've seen a company that's not around anymore. They had way too many options, too many. And that's probably why they didn't do well. Like it was a headache to look at their page.
And that's where we know, like, coming to the gate with 10, like fragrances. If we're going to really start adding more, we're going to start, there may be a cap of, like outside of a different line of fragrances, it might be like, hey, this is, we're going to have to start swapping, lesser selling ones out. So,
Right.
just because you don't want decision paralysis, like at the end of the day, you want to be able to make a choice. And I've seen so many really, really great companies have, very few options, and all those options are really good. You can't go wrong. You know what I mean? So
Right. And I think that's why you get a lot of companies who do like a seasonal or
right. That's what I
along
was
those
gonna
lines.
say.
Yep.
Yep.
Well, if there's no other questions here in the chat, I think we're gonna probably call it a night. But it's been great getting to just chat with Nate and learn all about Johnny Ray's. And
thank you so much for coming on.
Hey guys, thank you so much for having me again. Like I said, it's first show. Really enjoyed it, and hopefully we can do this again.
Oh yeah. It's been great. Thanks for coming on.
Okay, Vato, what is it?
Oh, he's like, hold on, Miss Teacher.
3, 2, 1.
Yes.
I figured.
Oh, jeez. I had a feeling it wasn't gonna be good.
No, me neither. I figured. Well, they probably do. Pine cones, acorns. They do Vato, but they hold it till the fall. They go all year and only go once.
Oh, thank you so much, Richard. Thank you, Diablo. Everyone in the chat, thank you.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
And so, guys, we have kind of an exciting show for next week. One of the guys from the chat is scheduled to be on the show.
Could it be?
Mark Brown, probably one of the most supportive guys in the community.
Mark Brown is a great dude.
Oh,
and he said he would only come on if Miss BREWCITY comes on with him.
So Jason and I get a vacation day.
Yes.
No, we got room on screen for everyone. But so we'll look forward to that for next week, and we'll see you next Thursday. It's been a great show. Thanks, Nate and Johnny Ray, for joining us.
Thank you, guys.
We will catch you all next week.
See ya.
Yep. Good night, everybody.